The Advance Technoforge IPO is officially open right now, and let me tell you, the gray market premium is already rising. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're breaking down this highly discussed SME offering. We're going to see if it actually deserves a place in your portfolio. When a new opportunity like this hits the market, the noise is just deafening, right? Especially in the SME space. So let's cut through all that noise together.
Let's dive right into the biggest question on everyone's mind. Is this IPO actually worth your 2.28 lakh minimum investment? Stick with me till the end because I'm going to share my take on whether this looks more attractive for quick listing gains or if it's a solid long-term investment. Unlike main board IPOs, where you can just test the waters with maybe 15 grand, the SME platform demands a massive financial commitment. So we've got to be absolutely ruthless when evaluating the underlying business. So the offering officially opened today, July 27th, 2026. And get this, the gray market premium is already hitting 9 rupees. We really need to separate the hype from the actual fundamental reality here. It's so easy to get swept up in early premium whispers, but those initial signals, they're just a tiny fraction of the whole story. Advance Technoforge IPO Details. Let's look at the key mechanics of the offering. Advance Technoforge is launching a fixed-price SME IPO, making its official debut on the BSE SME platform. Now, a fixed-price issue basically means the company and its managers have firmly decided exactly what they think the shares are worth. And remember, when an issue lands on the BSE SME board, it naturally carries entirely different liquidity profiles and risk parameters than a standard main board listing. Definitely something you'll want to weigh carefully. Let's look at the timeline, because the window of opportunity is incredibly tight. It closes just 2 days from now, on July 29th. Because this is a fixed-price issue, shares are locked in at 95 rupees each. Combine that with a massive 2,400 share lot size, and as a retail investor, you're looking at a strict minimum commitment of 228,000 rupees. That rigid lot size is a classic feature of the SME space. It's designed to ensure only informed investors with a pretty high risk appetite are jumping in. You're basically either all in for nearly 250,000 rupees or you're just watching from the sidelines. Now here's a little detail investors absolutely love to see. This entire IPO is a fresh issue aimed at raising about 24.03 crore rupees. What does that mean for us? It means every single rupee raised is going straight to the company's balance sheet to fund growth, rather than just cashing out the existing promoters. A fresh issue like this strongly suggests the management is hungry for capital to fuel their next big expansion phase. Next up, GMP and market sentiment. We're tracking the unofficial premium. The momentum we're seeing here is honestly hard to ignore. The GMP has steadily climbed, literally tripling, from just 3 rupees on July 23rd to 9 rupees today. That steady upward trajectory suggests a potential 9.5% listing premium over that 95 rupee issue price. For you momentum traders out there, that consistent daily build is a strong signal that institutional and high net worth chatter is turning super positive. But hey, a crucial reality check here. GMP is entirely unofficial and it is notoriously volatile. It can literally flip overnight. So it should never ever be your sole justification for risking over 2 lakh rupees. Treating the GMP as some kind of guaranteed return, honestly, that's one of the most dangerous traps an IPO investor can fall into. Company fundamentals and financials. Time to look under the hood. What does Advance Technoforge actually do? Well, they bring over a decade of experience in manufacturing precision steel forging components. And we're not talking about cheap, disposable parts here. They supply heavy-duty, safety-critical sectors like automotive, railways, oil and gas, and heavy engineering machinery. Being integrated into massive national infrastructure projects gives them a really solid revenue resilience that helps buffer against downturns in any one specific industry. And you can see that industrial footprint translating directly to their bottom line. Looking at their fiscal year 2026 performance, they reported over 50 crore rupees in revenue, along with 4.06 crore in profit after tax. But honestly, the real standout metric for me is their return on equity. It sits at an incredibly healthy 30.33%. Generating over a 30% ROE implies a management team is exceptionally skilled at turning retained earnings into tangible profit growth. It's a massive indicator of a highly scalable business model. So where exactly is that 24 crore in fresh IPO money going? It's being injected directly into 2 critical growth areas. First, purchasing and installing brand new manufacturing machinery to scale up their operations. Second, meeting working capital requirements. By upgrading their manufacturing capabilities, they're setting themselves up to grab even larger contracts in those heavy engineering sectors we talked about. And the working capital just ensures they have the cash flow to buy raw materials smoothly without taking on expensive debt.
All right, let's wrap this up. Final verdict and next steps. How do we make an informed decision here?
It all comes down to balancing the obvious strengths against the hidden risks. On one hand, you've got a company showcasing strong profitability, a stellar 30% ROE, and rising positive GMP. That is a great setup. But you absolutely have to balance that against the massive 2.28 lakh entry cost, the inherent volatility of the SME segment, and a missing piece of the puzzle, post-IPO net asset value data. Without that post-issue NAV clarity, it's pretty tough to calculate exact valuation multiples against their peers. Overall, investors looking at the SME segment might consider this for those listing gains after carefully evaluating the risks, while long-term investors definitely need to review those fundamentals closely before diving in. So, I want to hear from you. Are you applying for the Advance Technoforge IPO? Yes or no? Drop a comment below. And hey, if you found this explainer useful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon. I upload daily IPO updates, GMP analysis, stock market news, and investment insights to help you make the best decisions.